takt og tone på nettet.
Til fordel for pjaltede børn.
Hello, Melanie C.
Hello.
And welcome.
Thank you very much.
You've been promoting your latest album.
Yeah, that's right. This is my third album. And I love this album. So I'm having a lot of fun talking about it and especially performing it.
And yeah, touring a lot, performing, promotion, la 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 la. You're spending like all of December in Germany almost. I was thinking, when are you gonna buy your Christmas presents?
I've already bought them.
No.
Yep. Over the last few weeks I've been in the UK. My schedule hasn't been as busy, so I thought I've got to get organised. And I'm happy to say, well, that I've got 4 left to buy. Maybe I'll find them when I'm out on the road in Germany.
Because I spoke to Gavin DeGraw like a couple of weeks ago, and he told me that the last couple of years he hasn't bought a single Christmas present. What he does is he takes the goodie bags from the award shows and gives his family and friends the things from the goodie bags. Have you ever done that?
I've never given things that I've been given. I've never given them as presents. I've given them to people and said, "Oh look, I've been given this, but I don't want it. Do you want it?" But I don't believe him. I'm sure he's got his people presents. But you know what? He's a man. And men aren't that organised, so it doesn't surprise me.
Honestly, he couldn't even remember what he gave his mother last year.
Actually, now you come to mention it, I can't remember what I got my mum either.
That's superstars for you. But I read somewhere that your mother's also a singer. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. She's still singing. She's been in bands since she was 14 and she's 56 now, I believe. So, yeah, she's a great inspiration.
So what about Christmas Eve at your house? Because at my house, we eat a lot of food, then we skip the singing and go straight to the presents. What about at your place?
Well, in England, we celebrate a little bit differently. Christmas Eve for us is a time when everybody gets together. So I have a house with my boyfriend out in the countryside. So we've got all the family coming on Christmas Eve. And that's more the preparation time. You know, you're getting all the food ready for the next day. You're trimming the tree. And really it's everyone's arrival. We have some food and we have a few drinks. But the big celebration is actually the 25th, Christmas Day. So we all get up very early, open the presents. That's the first thing, the priority. And the turkey has to go in because it's always a big, big turkey. And then that day is spent eating, drinking, playing games and falling asleep.
I want to have Christmas in England now.
It's good. It's a great time of year in England.
I think I should see if I can be like a foreign exchange student and come and live with.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, your third album is called Beautiful Intentions. So I was wondering, what are your intentions?
Well, I like to think my intentions are beautiful. They're definitely good. You know, I think I'm very lucky in my career. I've really achieved so many of my dreams, and I enjoy myself more now than ever, and I really appreciate that. So, you know, my intentions are just to be honest and to have integrity as an artist. You know, I always try to perform the best of my ability. I'm trying to make better and better music all the time, so they're my intentions.
You've co-written all the songs on your third album, and I was wondering, which track is your favorite track and why?
My favourite track on this album is You'll Get Yours. It's a track I wrote with Peter Vettesi, and we've worked together a few times, and I just feel so comfortable with him. I'm able to get to very personal feelings, and so I find it very easy to write with him. And it's just, you know, it's about a situation and about somebody that was in my life. And I felt like I really needed to express these feelings. And there's a lot of emotion there, you know, some sadness, some bitterness. So I think that's my favourite song.
I read somewhere that you actually said you wear your heart on your sleeve, or what it's called. What does that mean for your songwriting? Do you sometimes maybe think, okay, I've written this, but it's too personal, or aren't you afraid to like throw it all out there?
I used to be quite scared because I used to think that everybody would understand or you know really know what was going on in my head or who I was talking about and all these things. But I think, you know, I've found over the years that a lot of people make lyrics relevant to their own situation, as I do as well. When I hear songs, it's like, you know, if you break up with somebody, every song on the radio is written for you, you know. And so I think that's kind of been my safety. And even people very close to me have said, you know this song, and is it about this and that? And I'll go, no, it's not actually. So I think that's kind of my safety blanket, my safety net.
But now you have your own label. The third album is out on like Red Girl Records, it's called. Why did you name it that?
Red Girl is a name I've had for a while. I had a production company called Red Girl Records way back when I was little old sporty. And it comes from a couple of things. I wanted the company to be, very energetic and very vibrant. And I think, red really symbolises that. It's a colour of my football team, European champions, Liverpool. And I know it's always been my favourite colour. And when I was younger, I used to blush quite easily. So, in many ways, I was the red girl.
But I was wondering, why did you decide to start your own label? Because it's like a really big chance to take. In a way, it can be really good or it can be really, really bad.
Yeah, I'd never really thought about doing it before. And the industry has changed quite dramatically in the last 10 years. And really, when my contract was coming to an end with Virgin, I was quite happy to move on. It was time for me to start again. And it was an option, that was mentioned to me, and I just thought it sounded very exciting. And really, it gives you ultimate freedom to be able to do whatever you want to do, not only musically, but, with your time and, with your promotional schedule. And sometimes when you're signed to a major label, I was signed in the UK, and they monopolise a lot of your time. So I think that a lot of territories become neglected. And that's another thing that I wanted to, to stop from happening. I wanted to work in places where people were really into the music, and that's why this year I've spent a lot of time in Germany, because the album is very successful there,
They love you in Germany.
I know, I'm very lucky.
Well, I was also wondering, does this mean now you have your own record label, Red Girl Records, that you're signing artists?
Not at the moment. It's a little bit too early right now. It really would depend on the success of this album. If we're very successful and we generate a lot of money, then we can support new artists. But it really is an expensive business, making records and promoting artists. And I think, if I was to sign people, I'd want to sign new artists. So, of course, they need a lot of support to really, become recognised in the industry.
Because I was thinking about something, because you are like the example of that showbiz can't always be really good and glittery and nice. I mean, there are also like down the hill experiences. So I was wondering, if you were like the record boss with your Red Girl Records and sitting and signing artists, would you maybe look at them differently and talk to them and view their personality differently than other record bosses would?
Absolutely. I think the biggest problem in the music industry is that it's a business. It's about money, and I think quite often artists are treated like robots, and we're only human, and we get ill and we can't work all the hours that God sends. You need to have more rest, and along with tiredness, and when you have dramatic changes in your life, like becoming recognisable to the public, being written about in the media, it affects people differently. And I think that sometimes guys who have got to watch their budgets and make sure they reach their end of year targets, sometimes I think that the artists can be victims of that.
But I actually bought a couple of pictures with me, and I would like you to look at them.
Okay.
And I would like you to describe these two girls. I think you maybe know them. And if you could take the
sporty spice. Yeah, it's so funny looking back. I look so young. I don't think my personality hasn't really changed that much. I think in those days I was probably more naive than I am now, and a lot skinnier. But I really haven't changed that much. I think as Sporty Spice, I was part of a band, and the music.
Thank you.
That's okay. And the music that we made together was the music we felt that was right for us as a group,
There's been 10 years or something from this Sporty Spice to the Melanie C. So what would you say are the biggest differences, and what are the biggest similarities?
Okay, well, I think I've aged quite well.
You have. You look damn fine, girl.
It's good makeup and lighting. Oh, that was just a terrible photo when I was about 22. The biggest difference is a few more tattoos these days. Less piercings. The piercings have gone. And I suppose, I dress a little bit more femininely now. In those days it was all sportswear, which I was very happy about because it's very comfortable. And I'd still do it, but I think I need to up the ante a little bit. To be honest with you, I don't see that many differences.